So the goal is to balance that masculine energy that you've been relying on for so long, that you were taught to sit in for so long, with this beautiful goddess energy that is going to energize and give life back into you. Rising gods and goddesses, my name is Nia Love, aka Love the Hope Dealer, and I am a life coach / influencer, and my goal is to help you become the best person that you can possibly be so that you can create the life that you desire while on the journey of creating the life I desire and creating the person that I desire to be for myself. If you would like to book a one-on-one coaching call with me and shop my merch, including Manifested, Period, and I have some affirmation cards coming real soon, then you can check me out at lovethehopedealer.com. And you can also connect with me at By Nia Love on all of your favorite social media platforms, including Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. All right, let's dive into the topic. Learning how to tap into my goddess energy has created so much peace and abundance in my life because I have always felt very uncomfortable in myself and in my body because of this idea that femininity equals weakness. And in order to combat that, of course, we have the feminist movement and this idea that women can do it too. But I believe that got misconstrued and confused with this idea that in order for women to be respected and in order for women to be equal, that they have to be treated like men. So of course we have this idea of that go-getter, boss woman, independent lady, but however, focusing too much on that strips us from that femininity. It strips us from that goddess energy. However, we've turned this world into this grind culture where we have to keep up with everyone else around us. We have to grind and have all these accolades, create all this business in order to be respected. Now, with understanding this about our culture, we have to understand how to cultivate goddess energy despite all of that. Yes, we can be in our boss lady energy, but also we have to learn how to balance that out and tap into our goddess energy as well. But in order to do that, let's first tap into the root of the problem. I am going to speak on the Black household because obviously I am Black. However, I understand that this can also be seen in other households, other cultures as well. But we have a period in time dating all the way back to slavery where the Black man was taken out of the home and therefore he could not perform his fatherly duties. And of course, in modern times, we now see that with mass incarceration rates being so high and a majority of our Black men being behind bars. And when our Black men are behind bars, guess what they aren't doing? Being at home raising their sons. Then we have little boys growing up not really understanding how to be men. We have mothers who have to step in and play that father role in order to provide for their family, therefore they lose their femininity. You have young girls that don't really know how to grow into women because they didn't have a mother to help guide them into womanhood. It's a cycle that I've seen repeated in our community, and this idea of the divine feminine and the divine masculine is lost. I watched it happen in my own family with my father being incarcerated for most of my life and my mother having to tap into her masculine because she never found a man that she could rely on and release herself so that she could tap into that feminine energy and raise me to be a woman. Therefore, as a child, I always felt conflicted in myself because I wasn't allowed to be that feminine woman, tapped into my emotions, tapped into my feelings and my connection to the world, because that was seen as something that would breed weakness and I wouldn't be able to take care of myself. The idea of this strong, independent Black woman is very, very toxic. Not saying that we can't be strong and independent, but saying that there is balance in that. So what I want to talk about today is the difference between that masculine and that feminine energy, that God and that goddess energy, so that we can cultivate more goddess energy within ourselves, but understand that I am learning as well, because I did not have an example through my mother or through any other of the women in my life. Therefore, I am still learning. I am still educating myself through videos and podcasts and conversations with other women. So we are on this journey together. First, let's talk about those masculine traits that block us from tapping into our goddess energy. Masculinity is all about chasing, hunting, earning, competing. It thrives off of this grind culture that we are in right now. They have that energy of going to get it done. They thrive off of setting goals, having a vision, having a dream, and executing. That is what creates that energy within a man, that God energy. They are dominant and decisive. They are the head. They are the leader. They're very task-oriented. They like to have a plan that they can execute. They like to check off the boxes. They like to succeed. They like to achieve. But also within that, they like to provide that security, that stability, that protection. They enjoy creating a safe space for their family. They enjoy giving and providing and making sure that their family is taken care of. Masculine energy is always on the go. It is the energy of action. It is the energy of getting stuff done. So you have to understand that over time, doing that is very exhausting. And biologically, most men have a higher capacity for more masculine energy than most women do. And I'm not saying that to offend anybody. I'm saying that because that is nature. And nowadays we do see more masculine women and more feminine men, so I want to keep this as gender neutral as I possibly can. However, in nature, biologically speaking, men do have a greater capacity for masculine energy than women do. Therefore, tapping into that masculine energy for a majority of our time as women can become very exhausting. So how do we in turn tap into that feminine energy, into that goddess energy? Goddess energy is the energy of creation. We create life. So of course we would like to create other things like art, music, dance, any of those things that allow us to tap into our creativity are just an example of how we can tap into that goddess energy. Utilizing self-care, and I don't mean just nurturing the body, but nurturing the mind and the spirit as well, connecting back to nature, doing yoga or meditation or having massages done, tapping into your emotions. Now I know that this is seen as weakness, but how can we make tapping into our emotions a strength? I say this a lot on my channel, that your emotions is the way that your higher self, God, the universe, speaks to you and lets you know if you are comfortable with something, if something is safe, or guides you in what you should do and actions you should take. So as a goddess, we have to be able to control our emotions, and what that means is sitting back and listening to them without reacting. A queen that is able to sit on her throne and observe what is going on without her, without being reactive, without acting out, without being petty, without getting angry, without lashing out, that is a queen of strength. That is a queen that is the most fit to lead her kingdom. Goddess energy is that of sitting back and listening, receiving, allowing, flowing, being playful with life. And I really want to hone in on that word receiving, because women, they are the center, the heart of manifestation. A goddess words hold so much power. We have the ability to speak life into anything, to give energy into anything and watch it grow and cultivate. We are creators of life, not just in our womb, but but with our words. So when you are just sitting back and allowing things to come to you, when you are just sitting back and manifesting instead of chasing and putting in all of that action and competing like the masculine energy in us wants to do, then that is when you are tapped into that goddess energy. Some ways to do this is to not allow yourself to worry so much. Leave things that are out of your control out of your control. Use affirmation cards, which is why I'm in the process of creating affirmation cards right now, because it teaches you how to manifest and how to speak life, how to use that goddess energy to your advantage in order to allow yourself to sit back and receive and create that life that you desire. Take time, step out of that grind culture for a minute to reflect and just sit and listen to yourself. Do some yoga, go get a massage, even hug and rub on yourself. One way that I cultivate my feminine energy to guide me into the day is that I take time rubbing shea butter on myself and really massaging my muscles. And why? Because feminine energy is cultivated through affection, through physical touch as well. Goddess energy is so beautiful and so necessary. So don't forget to add it into your day-to-day routine and really tap into that. Do not leave your inner goddess behind, because she is the key to getting everything that you want out of this life. Now understand, every single human being has both masculine and feminine energy at play within themselves. There is not a person out there that is 100% masculine or 100% feminine. And why? Because we are creatures of balance. We have to have balance within ourselves in order to thrive. Imbalance creates chaos. However, the problem is that we have not learned how to leverage our duality. The key is knowing when to turn them both off and on. The key is knowing when to be in your masculine, because certain situations are going to require you to be in your masculine. When you're out there creating a business and providing for yourself, especially as a single woman, you're going to need to tap into your masculine to get stuff done. But also there are other situations where it's going to require you to tap into your feminine in order to rejuvenate yourself, in order to connect with other people and give life in other situations to other people. So you have to find that balance, and the first step to finding that balance is understanding the nature of both. So after listening to the masculine and the feminine traits that I discussed in this video, do you understand which one you are in most of the time, and how can you move from one to the other fluidly? Also, I would like to say that as a divine feminine, it is much easier to relax in that goddess energy when you have a divine masculine man around. And that's why we are compelled to be in community and we are compelled to be in relationships, because naturally we want to be able to sit in the energy that is the most natural to us. I would love to sit in my goddess energy most of the time, and because I have a divine masculine man in my space, in my home, it is much easier for me to sit in that energy. However, as a single woman, I had to be mostly in my masculine a lot of the times because I had big dreams and goals in a certain lifestyle that I wanted to uphold. So it is okay to want to be in a relationship, and when you are out there searching for that partner, searching for that soulmate, understand what it takes to be a divine masculine. In order for you to be comfortable in your divine feminine, then you have to find that divine masculine to balance you out. And even in a relationship, you still have to know how to balance it within yourself as well. There not only has to be balance in the relationship, but also balance within the both of you. Your masculine man also has to be able to be feminine sometimes, and that is okay. It is in his nature, it is in her nature, it is in your nature to have both within you. The best example that I can possibly think of is the lioness. If you see a male lion and a female lion out in nature, when she is around her king, she is very submissive. His way is the highway. You can tell just in their body language, the way that she naturally bows to him and submits to him. However, when the king leaves the home, you do not want to mess with the lioness. She is able to turn on that masculine card and protect her cubs at any cost. She will fight for her home. We need both in order to survive and thrive in this life. So the goal, the ultimate goal here in watching this video is not only learning how to tap in your goddess energy, which is something that I wanted to focus on because I know that a lot of women out there aren't really sure how to do that, and a lot of women have been so focused in their masculine. So the goal is to balance that masculine energy that you've been relying on for so long, that you were taught to sit in for so long, with this beautiful goddess energy that is going to energize and give life back into you so that you can enjoy a fulfilled life. So if you gained anything from this video, if you learned something new, or if there's something that you want to add that I missed, please leave a comment down below, subscribe, like, turn on your notifications, because this video is a part of my 30-day challenge where I am posting a video every day for 30 days. Also, again, if you would like to shop my merch, I have God Energy and Goddess Energy t-shirts out right now. So if you would like to shop my merch, head over to lovethehopedealer.com. There you can also book a one-on-one coaching session with me if you would like to cultivate more goddess energy in your life, and I can give you some actionable steps and we can work together. Also, don't forget to follow me at ByNiaLove on all of your socials so that we can connect and you can join this empire and build a community with other gods and goddesses that are passionate about the same things that you are and have the same values. Alright, gods and goddesses, I definitely enjoyed this topic today, but the video has to end somewhere. So I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.